Ready? Alright. The First Amendment states that one should have the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press,
freedom of assembly,
and it should not be illegal to publish articles on whatever matters that one wants to speak of.
What?
Alright, see, section 2. We can just cross that all out, alright? Alright. So you're gonna read
It
the
should
facts.
not be legal to speak.
Here's the facts of the case. Oh,
Can't
no, I'll
read
read the
your
facts of the case. You can't even read.
I can't read your handwriting.
In the Hazelwood School District, there was a problem. In a class called Journalism 2, the students were the people who wrote the school paper, the Spectrum. Now, they decided to touch on some touchy stories, such as divorce and teenage pregnancy, and alluded that one of their classmates was pregnant and another one had parents who were going through a messy divorce. Now they changed. What did you say? Messy. They changed the names in the article of these people, but the principal concurred that you could still find out who these people were somehow. Principal didn't find it appropriate, and he eliminated those articles. Now the students said that their First Amendment was infringed, and eventually brought the case to the Supreme Court. When they brought the case to the 8th Circuit, which was a local court, the 8th Circuit stated that it did violate their First Amendment of freedom of the press. Later, when they brought it to the Supreme Court said, since it was the school's paper, that they had the right to terminate whatever articles that they suited inappropriate. Now, Charlie, what's your interpretation?
My interpretation of this is the kids thought they had been violated of their First Amendment right, therefore taking it upon themselves to go to the court and see if they could still publish the article in the school newspaper. As they did that, it was denied due to good reason, because the principal deemed the story inappropriate and the identity of the pregnant teenagers would be recognized throughout the school, and the girls writing the article also did not give the divorced parents or the pregnant girls to comment on the article, so it denied them their freedom of speech. Therefore, the principal denied the newsletter being put in the school newspaper. So I agree with the principal's decision of denying the article.
So you believe in something that's unconstitutional?
In this case, it was very
So
much...
you believe in anarchy, is
No,
what you're saying?
I do not. What we have here is a closed newspaper. It is not going out to the public. It is simply staying from the school.
So what you're saying is that the authority should have the power to regulate the articles that are published, and since the government regulates the people, or doesn't regulate the people's, the press, they don't regulate it. The government is the higher power. So what you're saying is that when the principal assumes the higher power, that they can regulate the press, and they deem that inappropriate.
But then if the people that wrote the article doesn't agree with the authority, they have another way to go. They can go to the court and
So you don't believe that people should speak their mind?
I do believe they should speak their mind.
Really? Then why shouldn't these people be able to speak their mind about this article?
They have to get it edited first.
Edited by who?
The principal.
So where do you draw that line of what can and cannot be published?
You leave it to the authority, and if the people do not agree with the authority, they have another route to go.
So
the court.
So when
so
you
the
leave,
court checks.
So when you leave all the power to the authority,
You don't.
So
The
you
people
believe
still
in-
have, the
so you
people
bel-
still have a power.
so
to
you
go
believe in
to
an
the court.
authoritarian society?
No,
No.
I do not.
So the authority has all the power.
No, that's not what happened in this case. The girls.
That is what happened in the case.
Nope.
The principal decided that the article was inappropriate
But then he was
and tore the
over-checked.
pages out.
He was checked, like our checks and balances.
Not by the
system.
Supreme Court.
The girls went to the court and were checked, and they said the principal was right. So there was a second party, a third party, saying that the principal was right. So the
Yeah,
girls
but
had
not the Supreme Court. That was just the
the
local
Eighth
court.
Circle, the Eighth Circuit.
Circuit, mind you.
We done.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave a lot of those awkward pauses in it.